Imagine a whisper, carried not just across oceans, but through the very fabric of time itself. A linguistic echo from a world we once believed was entirely separate from our own. What if the profound sounds of Sanskrit, the ancient language of India, resonated in the words spoken by Native American tribes, thousands of miles away, across continents and millennia? For generations, this idea has been met with skepticism, often dismissed as a romantic notion, a mere coincidence of sound. But what if, just what if, there's a deeper narrative, a hidden thread connecting these seemingly disparate cultures in ways we've only just begun to truly contemplate? Consider this, the very words we use for fundamental concepts: mother, sun, river. In Sanskrit, these words carry immense spiritual and cultural weight. Take matra for mother, surya for sun, nadi for river. Could similar sounds, similar structures appear in the languages of indigenous peoples across the Americas? On the surface, it seems improbable, almost beyond belief. Yet some have dared to ask, are these linguistic parallels simply accidents of phonetics, or are they faint echoes of a shared, forgotten past? The very thought challenges our established understanding of history, of human movement, and of the deep, intricate web of language itself. It forces us to confront the possibility that our historical maps might be incomplete, that the story of humanity is far more interconnected than we've been led to believe. For centuries, the prevailing narrative has been clear. The Americas were settled primarily via the Bering Land Bridge, a slow, deliberate migration over millennia. This theory is supported by substantial archaeological and genetic evidence, painting a picture of ancient Siberians crossing a now submerged landmass into Alaska, and then fanning out across two continents. It's a powerful story of human resilience and adaptation. But what if that's not the entire picture? What if, alongside these well-documented migrations, ancient mariners, driven by an insatiable curiosity or the desperate need for new lands, embarked on perilous journeys across the vast Pacific? Imagine them, navigating by stars and currents, carrying not just their genes, but the very essence of their language, their stories, and their cultural understanding of the world. The idea of such voyages, long before the age of European exploration, sparks a profound sense of wonder. Could these intrepid travelers have left an indelible mark, a subtle linguistic fingerprint on the lands they encountered, a trace that lingers even today? The academic world has largely remained cautious, demanding irrefutable proof for such bold claims, and that proof, in its most direct and undeniable form, has remained elusive. When we search for direct, clear-cut linguistic matches, true cognates for words like mother, sun, and river between Sanskrit and Native American languages, the evidence is not as straightforward as some might hope. Similarly, while DNA research overwhelmingly supports the Beringian route for the primary peopling of the Americas, direct genetic proof of ancient trans-Pacific voyages from mainland Asia to the Americas that bypassed Beringia is not widely accepted. Many linguistic similarities are often attributed to universal human experiences or convergent evolution of language rather than direct historical contact. Yet, the questions persist, fueled by intriguing parallels, cultural echoes, and the sheer unfathomable scale of human history. The absence of definitive proof doesn't necessarily negate the possibility. It simply means the full story is yet to be uncovered. And what of the oral histories, the ancient narratives passed down through generations? For instance, some Cherokee oral traditions speak of distant origins, of profound wisdom arriving from the East. While these stories don't explicitly mention Eastern sages in the way one might imagine, they often allude to ancient wisdom, spiritual connections, and migrations that shaped their identity. These narratives are rich with meaning, reflecting a deep understanding of their world and their place within it. While they may not provide direct evidence of transoceanic contact, they open a window into a worldview that embraces vast stretches of time and profound journeys, inviting us to consider history through a different lens. They remind us that knowledge is not always confined to written records, but can live and breathe in the stories passed from one generation to the next, carrying with them the essence of a people's journey. The scientific quest for our origins often turns to DNA, the very blueprint of life. Genetic studies have provided compelling evidence for the peopling of the Americas, largely pointing to migrations from Asia across the Bering Land Bridge, a connection that existed during the last ice age. This is a story of incredible human endurance, as groups adapted to harsh environments and expanded across vast uncharted territories. However, the question of ancient trans-Pacific migration, direct voyages across the open ocean, remains a subject of intense scientific debate. While some genetic markers suggest ancient connections between populations on both sides of the Pacific, particularly within the Pacific Islands themselves, direct, unequivocal DNA proof of a significant ancient trans-Pacific migration from mainland Asia directly to the Americas, bypassing the Beringia route, is not yet established in the mainstream scientific consensus. Researchers continue to explore subtle genetic clues, but the picture is complex, with many layers yet to be peeled back. The scientific community, rightly so, demands rigorous evidence, and the journey to uncover every piece of this ancient puzzle is ongoing. So where does this leave us? With more questions than answers, perhaps. But that in itself is a powerful realization. It means the story of humanity is far from complete, that there are still vast, unexplored chapters waiting to be written. The idea of a Sanskrit code in Native American languages, or of ancient trans-Pacific voyages, might not be definitively proven by current scientific methods, but the very act of asking these questions, of exploring these possibilities, enriches our understanding of our shared past. It encourages us to look beyond conventional narratives, to appreciate the incredible resilience and ingenuity of our ancestors, and to recognize the profound connections that might exist beneath the surface of what we perceive as separate cultures. It's a story that reminds us of the enduring human spirit, the drive to explore, to connect, and to understand our place in the grand tapestry of existence. This journey into the past, into the very origins of language and humanity, is a complex one. It's a story of what we know, what we think we know, and the vast expanse of what remains a profound mystery. It's about challenging assumptions and embracing the unknown. If this exploration of ancient connections, of the enduring power of language and the mysteries of human migration resonates with you, if it sparks your own curiosity about the untold stories of our world, then please take a moment to like this video. Your engagement helps us continue to explore these profound questions. The search for truth is an ongoing adventure, a continuous unraveling of the past. While definitive answers remain elusive for some of these grand theories, the pursuit itself enriches our understanding of the human story. We may not have all the pieces of the puzzle, but each question, each investigation, brings us closer to a more complete picture. Share this video with friends who are fascinated by history, by language, and by the hidden connections that bind us all. Comment below with your thoughts. What ancient mysteries do you believe are waiting to be uncovered? And for more explorations into the life secrets and mysteries of the universe, subscribe to Universal Insights. Join us as we continue to seek out the profound, the unexplained, and the truly remarkable. The journey has just begun.